So yeah, my name is Galvin. I'm here to stand up for my rights against the mandates and for people who can't be here today to stand with us. So I had a traumatic brain injury in 2020. I lost half a piece of my skull for about 9 months of the year. And that was when the first COVID hit and we were in lockdown. I had a few seizures and was rushed back into hospital a few times. And yeah, I've had my head opened up too many times. I've been in some dark places because of it. I've pulled myself out of that. I've had a lot of help from friends and family. My memory is not the best as what it used to be. Yeah, it is a big change of life, and it's something that you never want to put on anyone.
How does your history of that kind of seizures and stuff affect your feeling about this mandate?
It freaks me out a wee bit. There's not 100% scientists proven behind this medication, and it could screw with my medication, give me more seizures. I'm scared of that because if anyone who knows has had one, they're a scary bloody thing. So it's frightening. Yeah, and for people like my sister who are totally terrified of getting it because she's worried that it might affect her conception rate.
Yeah. So you are double jabbed right now, is that correct?
Yes, I got double jabbed just so I could see my grandparents. I hadn't seen them over 4 years. They were frightened to see me without it, and it really made me sad. But I wanted to see them, so I did it. I don't want to get booster shots and things like that. There's not enough evidence behind it.
The message is, don't comply. I'm telling you, I won't comply. Your morning 5 minutes time credit to me, but now
I'm David Smythe, small business owner in New Zealand, and just standing free with all the people while we can. The people have come together, and we're standing united. We've got many factions of New Zealand tribes. We've got all ethnicities, all age groups here, and it's all very peaceful and lots of love. So it's all good.
Some lovely dogs around. Please look after them. Someone has been looking after somebody else's dog who's been sitting in the sun. So please look after your dog. Keep them on a leash. No dogs running around off a leash. Make sure that they got shade. Make sure they got water. Look after everybody, including our dogs. So they need us.
One of the things I'm down here for. Am I directly affected by it? I've seen people in my business who have had bad effects from having the vaccine, and I'm not keen on mandating or taking responsibility for my workers or their extended families by forcing them to have unconsensual. They're not consenting to something. If we are not consenting to having this vaccine, we're forcing something onto other people that don't really, I don't know that we have the rights to do that to people. So I don't want my workers to have to get this vaccine. But if we can't go to work on different sites, if we're working for some of the big corporations, we won't be allowed to work for them if we haven't got a mandated system.
Yeah, my name's Vivian Matthews. I'm 2 foot tall, Ngāti Pūrunduku, and I'm here today to fight against the mandate.
And so you're taking a bit of this land?
We all know. Yeah.
The whole land.
I'm taking the better ones, well.
Like these two people now, these are like Maori and these are tangata whenua. Yeah. And yeah, they sort of crossing each other now. Yeah.
And so you're kind of talking about like kind of Whenua and Maori who are actually like connected to the traditions and living close to Maori and like people who are kind of adopted from Pākehā.
Well, see, as I just was going to say, Māori and Pākehā is an invention. Yeah, they're not real. Yeah. Everyone in here, they are all tangata whenua. They're not Maori or Pākehā. Yeah. So this is what we're here to, to voice that to everyone. Yeah, you're not a Māori and you're not a Pākehā. You are tangata whenua. Everyone. Yeah. So that's the unity coming in now. Yeah.
That's incredible, man. So yeah, how long have you been kind of at the protest, and how long do you intend to stay?
See, like, to us as tangata whenua, we can stay as long as we like. Yeah. And what I see now is the people enjoy it. And we're not just talking about here, we're talking about around the world.
What do you think of the government not coming down to talk to protesters?
Yeah, well, it's like being a criminal. They don't want to come and face the music.
And so what would you like to see come out of this protest?
Oh, it's quite simple. Drop all the mandates, all vaccines, and dissolve the government and put it back to the real hands of the people.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you'd like to say to anyone? Was there anything else you'd like to say about the protest?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah.
How everything happened. I was on a convoy. I'm representing the Tangata Whenua Tribal Council from the East Cape. And arrived over here with the convoy, and everybody jumped out of their vans and didn't know where to go after that. So I got out of the car and walked over to that gate over here. Haramai, haramai. And I said, Tangata Whenua said you're allowed to stay here. They all ran with their tents and all that. It didn't take long. It started to pack up, and the police knew what was going on. They sent a bit of a squad around to pull the tents out. Yeah, so we wrote a trespass notice. Tangata Whenua. Yeah, and go to the police. Hey, take that to your parliament and that. And they said, yeah, you started reading it. Because all the cameras are on them. And they read it and they chucked it in the air.
That's brilliant, man. Just one last thing. Can you say your name and kind of your iwi affiliation today?
Yeah, I'm Te Wairata Te Oneone. I'm from the ancient tribe of Tangata Whenua. Yeah. And I'm the tribal leader.
Yeah, cool. And I've done it on a wheelbarrow.
Remember, we're all representing the movement. We're representing everybody here and everybody that can't be here with all of our actions, both on this ground and outside. So please represent us with as much grace and mana and integrity and dignity as possible.
Alright, so my name is Anna, and I am here because I have been injured by vaccinations in the past, and it took me many years and thousands of dollars for my family to recover from that. And so when this was all happening, I decided that I definitely wasn't going to get this vaccination because my body is just very sensitive to them, and I've actually done a little bit of genetic testing which has shown that I'm more likely to have reactions to vaccinations. And so I knew I wasn't going to get it, and I saw Jacinda Ardern saying nobody will be forced and nobody will be punished if they don't. And so I believed her, and I consider myself a really liberal person. I'm not far right as I've seen the media try and even the politicians try and portray us as. I've always voted Greens or Labour, so I was absolutely shocked to see that, and I thought that these parties supported my body, my choice, which is what I agree with. But on this particular issue, it hasn't been about my body, my choice, and it's been really frustrating to be kicked out of society, to lose my ability to make an income and to support myself. And so that's why I'm here. I have no problem with anyone choosing to be vaccinated. I think it's wonderful that vaccines are available to people. I would just like if my right to say no was respected as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, my name's Nicky. I'm from a little place in the far north, a place called Ahipara, and yeah, I'm just here to support freedom of rights. I got here on Sunday afternoon, so we just got in here, dropped some supplies from people who've been providing us some money to buy supplies for the convoy and for the protest, and we're actually we've got to head back home on Saturday, so we're just finding a slot when we can, just to get in here and support.
So, like, in the far north, in your town, is there a lot of support for the protest?
There's so much support. People are ringing us, messaging us all the time, just seeing how they might be able to, if they can't physically make it here, how they can contribute to the cause.
And why do you think that is? Why do you think so much of your community is in favour of this protest?
In some way, shape or form, there's probably people within our community that have been affected, whether it's their friends, family, or themselves, just by the mandates. Some of them from adverse reactions to the vaccine, but yeah.
And so, what are you doing here? You're wearing the orange vest, man. What is your job? What are you doing?
Oh, look, I just heard a little bit of a call out for a bit of help for volunteers from Papahone. He works for One Whānau, that's his own community initiative he started to help people in need. So he put out a call over Facebook last night, so yeah, just coming to represent that and just help where we can, like I'm just going to do a 7 hour block tonight, and then we'll probably all come to Whānau tomorrow, so wherever you can, if they need your help, jump in.
So what are you doing? What are you doing right now? You're doing security on the gate?
Yeah, basically just meeting and greeting people, just making sure everyone's all good, they've got enough water, food, no drugs, no alcohol, nothing like that. And it's a positive environment, So yeah, just want to keep that up.
And what would you say to the media portrayal that this is not a safe environment for children and is a very irresponsible thing for people to be doing?
Oh, look, man, you can only experience it if you come down here on the ground, That's the only way to do it. So it's all right to sit in your ivory tower and say that, but unless you've actually been on the ground and seen how it is, some of these streets are the cleanest they've ever been in Wellington for years, and you can go down there right now, but it's clean as, So it's positive. Everyone's doing the best they can. We're tidy Kiwis, just trying to do our thing, Hey guys, how are you? Yeah, have a good day.
Cool. Is there anything else you would like to add? Anything you want people to know?
Just the general message that's getting out there. The government seems to hang on these little fringe minorities, they're trying to focus on those negative sides to what may be a majority of a peaceful protest. People want their lives back. So many people affected through the mandates, through whether your arguments about vaccines or government overreach or anything like that, it's so broad. So we just want our lives back. We want New Zealand to return back to normal and just go back to, living how we used to live.
There is a time to keep silence and a time to speak. And this, my friends, is a time to speak.
This guy's a communist.
It is a time for all of us to speak and speak out against the deprivation of our human rights and liberties. We are here gathered together in unity against the mandates. We have a very strong focus on these mandates that have crept in and been imposed upon us by those who were entrusted by us with power for our well-being. Well, I ask you, have they used that power for our well-being, or have they used that power for their own agenda?
like, when did you come here, and how did it feel to come here?
I arrived on last Monday. I think it was the 8th when they all come down and come on to Parliament. Yeah, it was pretty quiet that day, but the feeling that I got even today, all the love, you know, support, all the great people are here that have travelled a long way to be here, and you know petrol's gone up, and I think of all them that have made it here.
That's really powerful stuff. So earlier we were talking about like Māori and the mental health system, how tangata whenua have been encountered like by the government in the past when dealing with medication. How do you feel that's impacted like the response to the current vaccination crisis?
Well, I think it's a bit of a joke because for many years the government have told us to vaccinate your children because it's for their health, but they've lied to us all those years, and it's never been because it breaks down their immune system. It's never been about the children's health or anyone's health, and even today with the vaccine, it's killing people, and the Prime Minister knows that, and she's doing nothing about it. Every day she gets on, speaks about how they have to have more vaccines, and the mental health, pumping out tangata whenua with all these chemicals.
So yeah, I mean, like, have you ever been to a mental health facility and met with tangata whenua being treated by the government?
I have. I had to go in with my niece, and there would have been 5 people in the room, the psychiatrists and all the other nurses, you know, trying to sort out what medication she should go on. But at the end of the day, they give it to them, and then they get addicted, and then they give them more to counteract that last pill that they've had.
Yeah, it's not a good system. How else do you feel that tangata whenua have been let down by the government?
Well, they've been let down for, you know, going back many years, long time. They've done it to us in so many ways, you know, to do with the land. If you go back in the 20s, 30s, even before that, burning people's houses down so they could take tangata whenua land.
It's a shameful practice. What do you hope the government, like, how would you like to see the government change their relationship with tangata whenua?
Well, at the moment, what annoys me about her, she went down to Christchurch to talk to all the Muslims, and there's nothing wrong with that, but the tangata whenua, she can't even come out and talk to us. You know, don't you think that's a bit strange? She can go and talk to foreign people, you know, but she's not coming out to talk to the people. And we are the tangata whenua. She should be talking to us and explaining herself, you know, not lying, whole heap of lies. And if I just don't, I think she should be kicked out, and we should have a new we should have someone else to govern New Zealand, and it should be tangata whenua. Tangata whenua should govern because we're tangata whenua. Why should we have her govern us when she doesn't care about the people? She doesn't share. She doesn't care.
So I noticed you have a lot of Pounamu. Are you Māori or?
I used to got a little bit of me, yeah.
Cool, man. Do you know what affiliation or anything?
No, not really, no. But they're all gifts. This one here's carved from a piece of stone, which my sister has. Her earrings carved out of the same stone, so I get to carry her with me wherever I go. This was gifted to me from my dogs. I have 3 dogs, and this is one of my stepdads that passed away, so I carry him with me too.
That's incredible, man. That's really good. That's pretty much everything I had to ask you. If anything more you'd like to say on the issue?
If you can, come down and stand up.